Hello and welcome to this special episode of Axis Mutual Fund Masterclass and Investor Education Initiative. I'm Tamanna Inamdar. If you are someone who's curious about mutual funds but don't know much about it, you're worried about the jargon, you've come to the right place. Today, we're talking about the various ways you can invest in mutual funds and how this is a product that can be tailor-made to fit your needs. To speak on this, I'm joined by Raghav Iyenger. He's the Chief Business Officer at Axis Mutual Fund. Raghav, welcome back. Great to have you here again.
Thank you so much.
Today, we're going to talk about modes of investment in mutual fund. Now, when I say modes of investment, I mean there's not just one way to put money in mutual funds, is there?
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Okay, so mutual funds are super customizable or super flexible ways of investing, Tamanna. So you don't have to put all your money at one time. You can choose to do it as a lump sum, which is that whatever money you have, you put it on the same day and then let it be. There's something called SIP, which is actually the most favorite way for Indian investors to have invested in mutual funds. In fact, more than 60% of the investors who've come into mutual funds, almost 2 crore investors, have money only in the form of SIPs, which is like if I were to put it as an example, is similar to like a bank recurring deposit, right? Every month you put a certain amount of money, right? Then there are ways of putting it. Is there something called STP? Now, of course, please don't get worried. It's don't get stressed. I think in the mutual fund world, we use these jargons, unfortunately. But this is called a systematic transfer plan. I know this sounds like a real
and SIP, systematic investment plan.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have systematic investment plan.
Yeah, you have lump sum, which is very easy. As the name says, you just put in an amount of money on the day you want to put it. Each mutual fund has their own minimum amount. So as long as you put in that minimum amount, and you can put in multiples of rupees one. So if somebody says minimum amount is 5,000 rupees, you put 5,000 and you can put 5,100. That's your call. I mean, it's not 5, 10, 15. Then there's of course SIP, which is a hot favorite of the Indian investor today, and it's a lovely way to invest. I mean, there's some lovely advantages around it, but there you can start as small as 500 rupees a month, right? And then of course there's STP, which is systematic transfer plan, where instead of putting all your money in one go on one day, you put it into another fund and you transfer a little bit of that, like from, if you have 2 cups of water, you take it from 1 cup and pour little bit into the second cup and fill it up. So why do people do all the 3? Lump sum, of course, is very easy. I have money to invest. I think today is a good day to invest. I just want to put it and finish it. SIP is a great way to invest from a discipline perspective. You put a little bit of money every month for a period of time and your savings grows. STP is for people who feel that, hey, the market is very high today. Or
So you talked about STP as water from 2 cups.
Yeah, so you put money.
But water in these cups?
So one is obviously the source scheme is where the money is going into. Right?
Okay.
And one is the mother scheme from where it is coming out of. So typically when you look at it, people say, hey, I want to put money over a period of, let's say, 12 months. So I'll put money into, let us say, a debt fund, which is a very steady fund, but it will take money from here and put it into, say, an equity fund, or maybe put it into 2-3 equity funds. All that flexibility is there.
Okay, and you decide in advance.
You decide in advance.
When you're going to do that.
Yeah, you can say I want to do it every week, every day, every month, every quarter. I mean, all that flexibility. So it's actually, sometimes I feel many of my investors tell me that, Raghav, you've given us too many options. We're confused about these options. So I said, don't worry about it. They're just for you to feel comfortable. Most people do it on a monthly basis. Most SIPs happen on a monthly basis. Lump sum happens on lump sum. Right?
And so then what is step up? Because there is something called step up as well.
Oh, that happens in SIPs. So let's say I want to start an SIP today. I'm just starting my career. I say I have, out of my, say, 25,000 rupees, money that I make, I want to save 20%. So I'll say, okay, I'll start a 5,000 rupees SIP, right? What we don't tend to take into account is that you're not going to make the same 25,000 forever. Hopefully next year you'll make 27, hopefully year 3 you'll make 30, and so on and so forth. But your SIP is stagnant. You're putting the same amount of money, right? So if you give a pre-instruction, you can say that in year 2, instead of 5,000 rupees, let it become 6,000 rupees. And in year 3, it can become, say,
and I can decide this at any point.
At any point. And it's absolutely flexible. If you're not comfortable with that amount, you can stop it. So it's not that once you give it, and let's say year 3, where you felt you should have got 30,000 rupees, something bad happens, Instead of 25, you get 20,000, you can cut it back. There's no problem.
So, you know what I find very interesting about this is, and people should not get caught up in the terms.
Yes, absolutely.
I think the message over here is that there's so much flexibility.
Yes.
You
absolutely.
may get a bonus from your office.
Absolutely.
Someone might gift you some money in the family. It's your birthday.
You might win a lottery.
You might win the lottery. So that's when you say, okay, I'm going to do a lump sum.
Yes.
Right? That would be the right time for a lump sum. You've just got a job where you know you have a fixed amount of money coming in every month. That's when you do a SIP?
Absolutely.
Would that be the way to look at it?
Yes.
So this essentially gives you flexibility.
Yes.
Now, why is that important as an option for people? So it makes sure you keep investing.
Absolutely. So it inculcates. So SIP, I think the reason why it's an all-time favorite is that it puts the discipline of investing into you. Right? STP or systematic transfer takes away that stress that you have, that, oh, am I putting all my money at the top of the market? If the market goes down, what happens? Will I lose some money? So the easiest way, nobody can predict the markets, right, Tamana? So the easiest way to do it is, okay, if you're uncomfortable about it, stretch it over a period of time, which is what an STP does to you. And the same thing you can do on the reverse, actually. So you have something called a systematic withdrawal plan. Right, so
that sounds like my favorite.
Yeah, so you can take
money
out money. So it's actually a second income. So you can, let's say, it's a brilliant way to create a retirement pool for you is that you say, I will do a SIP for maybe year 21 when I start working, and I will stop at year 58. So I do an SIP for 37 years, and from age 59 to, let's say, next 25 years, you can say, I'll take out some part of that portfolio and put it into another scheme, and it just keeps coming into your bank account. So it's like a second income for you, right? So many people, it's a very, very, very easy and peaceful way to take out your money. So you don't have to get worried that, anyway, mutual funds, by the way, are very, very, very easy to take out. I mean, it's good and it's bad. Your money is available to you in how much of a form you want at whatever time, right? And most of us will give you money back in 2 business days, in an equity fund and 1 business day in a debt fund. But an SWP, just make sure that it comes on that particular day on that.
Yeah.
So if you're used
to... So it's like a salary after you retire.
Absolutely, yeah.
What a great plan and what a great idea. If any of you watching are 21 and are beginning to make any money, now's the time.
Yeah.
You have it all mapped out for you.
Actually, I have a slightly, I want to just... So Warren Buffett, again, one of our favorite guys in the investment world, said that, somebody asked him, what was something that you did? He said, I should have started investing when I was essentially almost 5 years old. And he started investing when he was in his teens.
Okay,
so he said, I should have started investing 10 years back. So I think the best time to do a SIP is actually when you get born. Hopefully your parents should be listening to it and then get going. Yeah.
All right. That's a great birthday gift as well. Thank you so much, Raghav, for joining us today.
Thank you. Yeah.